Hello, Level Cast learners. Welcome to your weekly news update. We're here to help you improve your English by exploring important events from around the world. Let's dive into the headlines for the week of May 25, 2026. News 1 of 21. First up, the mining company BHP is facing questions about its climate actions. Secret documents show that BHP may have planned to delay reducing its carbon emissions. At the same time, an Australian politician is asking the government to stop giving tax breaks to companies that use fossil fuels, like oil and gas. This is important because it shows how big companies are dealing with climate change and how governments might support or stop them. News 2 of 21. Next, there's tension in the Middle East. Iran has strongly criticized the United States for recent bombings, calling them a clear violation. However, despite these strong words, Iran is still at the negotiating table, meaning peace talks are continuing. People are worried about the current U.S. strategy for peace in the Middle East, especially with concerns growing about how this might affect the region's stability. News 3 of 21. In Belgium, a tragic accident occurred. 4 people were killed, including 2 children, when a train and a school bus crashed. This happened at a level crossing in Buggenhout, a town in Flanders. An official investigation has started to find out exactly what caused this terrible incident and how it can be prevented in the future. News 4 of 21. Iceland is facing a big decision. There's a fear of a Brexit moment, as the country prepares for a vote on joining the European Union. A politician named Orgerir Katrín Gunnarsdóttir says that people who are against joining are trying to scare voters. There are also worries about how false information and artificial intelligence might affect the results of this important vote. News 5 of 21. A serious child abuse scandal has come to light in France. Paris police are investigating over 100 claims of bad treatment by school staff members, sometimes called monitors. Parents had complained about these issues for many years, but their concerns were not acted upon until now. This investigation highlights the importance of listening to parents' concerns about child safety. News 6 of 21. In Laos, rescuers from Thailand have joined efforts to save 7 people trapped in a flooded cave. After several days, 1 man has been successfully rescued. However, heavy rains have made the operation very dangerous, and the others are still waiting to be brought to safety. This is a challenging rescue mission in difficult conditions. News 7 of 21. Armenia, a country that used to be part of the Soviet Union, is holding elections. It is finding itself in a difficult position, caught between powerful global countries. Some see it as a new crossroads between the East and the West. This election could decide which path Armenia takes in the future and how it relates to other nations. News 8 of 21. Regarding the war in Ukraine, Russia is being accused of reckless nuclear brinkmanship by some leaders. This comes after a deadly missile attack by Russia on Kyiv, the capital city. Ukraine is preparing to receive new Gripen fighter jets and is asking for more Patriot missile defense systems to protect itself. News 9 of 21. There are new concerns about conflicts of interest involving Donald Trump. A new Trump Tower is planned for Tbilisi, Georgia, and the land for this project is partly owned by the son of a leader who is under U.S. sanctions. This connection between the Trump Organization and the Ivanishvili family is raising questions about business ethics. News 10 of 21. The World Health Organization, or WHO, is warning that the Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo is getting worse faster than they can respond. They say the disease is spreading quickly and has a very high death rate, between 30% and 50%. Cuts in aid funding and ongoing conflict are making it harder to fight the disease. News 11 of 21. The Israeli military has told people living in southern Lebanon to leave their homes. They have called the area a combat zone, after launching more than 120 airstrikes on Lebanon. This order means that residents must evacuate for their safety as fighting intensifies in the region. News 12 of 21. In Spain, the government has blocked prediction market websites like Polymarket and Kalshi. They have also started an investigation into gambling licenses. These websites allow people to bet on the outcomes of different events. Spain believes these sites might be breaking its gambling laws, which are very strict. News 13 of 21. Japan's Prime Minister, Sanae Takaichi, has promised to cut the sales tax on food. She wants to remove the 8% tax on food sales. However, this plan is facing problems because many shops' cash register systems are not able to handle a 0% tax rate for food items. This shows how difficult it can be to change tax laws quickly. News 14 of 21. A new report from New Zealand shows that society feels fractured, with people feeling isolated and trust decreasing. However, there's a surprising finding. Young people under 35 are more hopeful about social unity and connection. This suggests a generational difference in how people view their society's future. News 15 of 21. Brazil's President Lula has criticized the U.S. for calling Brazilian gangs terrorists. He rejected the U.S.'s description, saying Brazil is not a tin-pot country. This U.S. designation was made by Marco Rubio after he met with a far-right political challenger to Lula. This shows a disagreement between the two countries on how to deal with crime. News 16 of 21. European ministers have warned the UK that it will not receive any special treatment from the European Union. They stated there will be no cherry-picking of policies. This is in response to hopes from Starmer, a UK politician, for a special deal to keep goods moving easily between the UK and the EU. News 17 of 21. The European Union has fined the Chinese online shopping company Temu a large amount, €200 million. The fine was given because Temu failed to stop the sale of illegal and dangerous products on its platform. The EU found that customers were likely to find unsafe items when shopping on Temu. News 18 of 21. Interestingly, many Chinese workers are leaving their busy, demanding 996 jobs, meaning working from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 6 days a week to become shepherds. An Inner Mongolian farmer needed people to care for 3,000 sheep and received many applications from different types of workers, including university graduates. This shows a shift in what some people value in their work and life. News 19 of 21. In England, the number of salmonella infections has reached its highest level in 10 years. Last year, there were 10,406 cases, which is a 26% increase since 2016. Health officials say the number of cases remains consistently high, which is a concern for public health. News 20 of 21. After 88 days of almost no internet, partial connection has returned to Iran. However, people are not celebrating. Many are angry and anxious, saying that this isn't freedom. The internet blackout had a big impact on people's lives, and the limited return is not making them feel better. News 21 of 21. Finally, Britain is facing a big problem with potholes on its roads. Experts and citizens say there is no quick solution. The bad condition of UK roads has become a political issue, and some people are even taking matters into their own hands to fix them. Letters are being written to highlight the need for proper and lasting repairs. That's all for today's global news on Levelcast. Keep practicing your English and staying informed. We'll see you next time.